Good morning. You'll see this face, you'll hear this voice. She ain't too loud today. She's a little medium, but she here. It's time for Solid Saturday. It is 8 a.m. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is going to be a great day because we serve a great God. So, once again, this technology never ceases to amaze me. I saw something else um, on the live on my phone and just kind of threw me a little bit. um, Erica, I don't know if you can see it on your phone, but on my phone, it actually said that we were live on the Solid Saturday page. Today's the first day I saw that. So that's why I was a little thrown back. But it looks like we are live everywhere. So we're just going to go ahead and do what we do. And I don't talk a lot on Fourth Saturdays because y'all already know it's Fourth Saturday. So I just want to make sure we are where we supposed to be. Y'all come on in, say good morning, and we're going to make it do what it do. Alrighty. So listen, kingdom blessings, everyone. I am your host, Cherise Stevenson, your life strategist, and welcome again to Solid Saturday. This is year 4, season 7. And every season we have a theme, and this year's theme, hey Trish, this year's theme is live in the now. Live in the now. And now is an acronym for no opportunity wasted. No opportunity wasted. Right? So Solid Saturday is a platform of growth and encouragement that was birthed from the third installment of Unnamed and Unwanted trilogy. I know who I am, but the process to positivity. It is not the only process, but it is a process of becoming bigger, better, and greater. And we use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves with weekly readings of aspirations, which are positive quotes, inspirations, which are positive scriptures, and affirmations, which is positivity we speak over ourselves and one to another. This platform that comes on every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. is a platform that is going to challenge you to make a choice to change. Change for what? Bigger, better, greater. Plain and simple, right? Also understand that what you see is what you get, and what you hear is exactly what you heard. Look at Erica's on it today. Look at Erica working. I'm gonna post what she said. She said it's a choice, y'all. It is. It's a choice. It's a choice. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be sad. You can choose to be lovable. You can choose to be mean. You can choose to be successful. You can choose to stuck in the system. It's a choice. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's a choice nevertheless. Nevertheless, it's a choice. Good morning, Rhonda. Hey, so I am not rushing through my preliminaries. I say it every Saturday. Y'all can say it with me pretty much. But you know how we get down on Fourth Saturdays, and I just want to make sure that we have enough time to say and do all that needs to be said and done. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you for logging on to YouTube and onto the Solid Saturday page as well. Sidebar, real quick. This was a part of the announcement, but since I'm here, I really want you guys to subscribe to YouTube. I really don't think I want to continue on this platform anymore. It's too stressful and I'm tired. Oh, thank you for sharing. That's so sweet. Thank you. It's really stressful, and I really want to build the YouTube platform so we all can just subscribe to the subscribe to the YouTube channel. It will help me out a great deal. All right. So prayers, you know how we feel about prayers. Praying one for another, the world, the government, your churches, your covenant, your pastors, your leaders. Good morning, Divine Destiny Cathedral. You know that's my church. I love them dearly. Bishop and First Lady Jones, and to my parents, Nanny and Pop. I love you guys. Um, this government shutdown. I usually don't encourage to watch the news, but I need you to watch the news. I need you to watch the news, do some research, and prepare your hearts. Prepare your hearts, your house, prepare your mind. Remember that God is in control. I had this conversation last night. God is in control. Not God is still God. God has never not been God. Just God is in control. And you'll need to just hold on to that while we just ride this storm, ride this wave, ride it. Buckle up, saddle up, and ride it. Um, what else I want to tell y'all? What else I want to tell y'all? Me, pray for me. Pray for me. I'm sharing with Erica, and I think I'm gonna go live on Monday because I don't want to talk about it too much here. But my whole entire life is about to change in 24 hours. Um, hint, hint, you can see a banner on the wall that says "Congrats, grad 2025." No, I'm not graduating in 24 hours, but my academic career is officially coming to an end in 24 hours, and I will be officially a college graduate. I hand in my last assignment tomorrow, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's bigger. It's bigger than the cap and gown. It's bigger than the celebration. It's bigger than walking across the stage. And I want to tell you why it's bigger, because I want to be an inspiration to somebody that. Thank you, Trish. It's never too late. It's never too late. So I think I'm gonna go live. Thank you, E. Stop. You know I'm ugly when I cry. Thank you, Rhonda. I want to talk to y'all about overcoming some childhood traumas because this is one of them. So I don't want to take up too much time with that right now. But I think I'm gonna go live Monday. So if you're around Monday, I think I'm gonna do it about maybe 6 p.m. somewhere in there after I get home from work and take a nap because these kids be whooping my behind. Uh, um, I'm gonna talk to y'all, and I need y'all to talk to me. Okay, so y'all just look out for that. It's just gonna be a simple Facebook Live, no recording, no nothing like that. You're just gonna see me live. Just jump on and talk to me. All right. Birthday shout outs. I have some birthday shout outs that I really want to acknowledge. First and foremost, my one of my right hands, Colleen, her birthday. Good morning, Tiff. Thank you, babe. My right hand, Colleen, her birthday was this week. Looking freaking amazing. Happy birthday, Sugarfoot. Also, her daughter, Empress. I think that's the right daughter. I think Empress' birthday is next, right? Empress' birthday is coming up. Happy birthday to her. My producer, director, executive, Alicia Kears, her daughter's birthday, little Gigi, her birthday was this week. One of my followers, Monique Menard, her daughter's birthday is actually today. Alicia, happy birthday to her. One of my long time, she's not even a sister. I mean, she's not a friend. She's a sister. My girl Moshe from PCH, her daughter Callie, birthday was this week. And a good friend of mine, Lady Janethia Wright, her birthday was this week. And she's also a breast cancer survivor. So I personally just want to shout her out and let her know that I love her more than life itself. We also want to keep in prayer the Burgess family, which is a family that's really close to me. They lost their mom um, a few weeks ago. They just had the service this past week. So we still want to keep them in prayer as well. We're still also praying for Jamel, who you will hear from in a few minutes, and his dad, who is recovering from COVID. Okay. And what's next? Announcements. You know, we fast on Wednesdays from 6 to 6. You already know how we get down. Listen, I have been talking about this book more than I talk about myself. The Crisis Compass by Dr. Earl O'Brien Jr. Those of you who have the book, and I know you have it because I brought it for you, I hope you all read the book and you are ready for a conversation, because this book is going to help with our bigger, better, greater. This deals with mental health. And you know, November is geared toward our men's mental health. And this gentleman, this author, this phenomenal speaker will be with us the entire month of November. So if you don't have the book, get the book. I want you to be a part of the conversation. He will be on the entire month of November. Jamel, you are not excluded from your fourth Saturday. I don't know if I want you two to be on together. That would be so fire. That would be hot. I still got to work it out. But Jamel is not exempt from fourth Saturday because I need my Jamel. Matter of fact, I need you to carry the show because that weekend is my graduation. So we'll talk offline. But I need your here. Listen, I need your here. I need your here. I need your here for this. I need your here for the month of November. Men, get your exes, get your husbands, get your side pieces, get them all on here. If they're 2 and up, if they're 2 years old, and I say 2 years old because by the age of 2, you can sit up by yourself and pay attention. 2 years old and up, I need everything that's of the male gender to be on the month of November. All right. Also, this is Clergy Appreciation Month. I shouted out everybody off the top of my head. I want to acknowledge those who transitioned, who helped pave the way for me in honor of Bishop Charles Joseph Reed, Archbishop Roy Edward Brown, Bishop Doughton, Bishop Michelle White. I'm just going off the top of my head. These were some personal favorites to me. So many have gone on, but I just want to just acknowledge them really, really quick. I acknowledge people periodically. Hey, Monique, I just shouted out your daughter. Periodically throughout the whole month for everybody who is in office in the of clergy, ministerial staff, or the ministers, the elders, up and coming. We salute you. Continue to stay on the wall and do the work. It doesn't matter the title. We are servants and we are disciples. Just keep doing the work. It will pay off in the by and by. Okay. This is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I can't tell you enough. Women and men, go get checked. Go get checked. Go get checked. Go get checked. And this is also Domestic Violence Awareness. Get out. And domestic violence, again, is men and women. Get out. So either this month you're going to go get checked or you're going to go get out. But I need you either way. I need you to take care of you. Either way, I need you to take care of you. And my last announcement is Bigger, Better, Greater Shop online is open. It's available. Go start getting your little Christmas gifts. We got some nice things on there. We're adding to the shop as we go. Oh, let me put that up real quick so y'all can just see how to log on. It's real simple. There it is. If you type that in, my shop will pop up, and ta-da! You can go shopping. Some really cute stuff. I think it's self encouragement. Bigger, better, greater. Somebody's gonna walk up to you and ask you, "What does that mean?" And you get the opportunity to tell them. I'm just on a journey for bigger, better, greater. There's more for me out here. I'm going after it. It's a personal reminder. Bigger, better, greater. So y'all make sure y'all go to that site, do your shopping. Thank you in advance. Someone or some people have bought the book. I got a notification. I don't know who it is because don't let me know who it is, but whoever it was, thank you. I don't know if you're here on the live. I don't know if you watch the replay. I don't know if you're on YouTube, but thank you. Thank you for your love and support. And again, I say do your best to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really want to move off this platform to something more stable, more dependable than StreamYard and Facebook. Because when they have an attitude, they do what they want to do and they cut you off. You can't connect. You don't log on. I'm tired. I'm tired of the technical difficulties that are not my fault. All right. So without further delay, your note is for Saturday, and it is time for my Jamel. So let me bring him on up. Y'all say good morning.
Hey, 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 hey. What's
Good
going
morning,
on, everybody?
Mel.
Good morning, cuz. What's going on?
I'm overwhelmed with emotions. How are you?
Uh, I am well. I am focused. Uh, and I'm getting strong every day. How about it?
Good,
Yeah.
good. So I don't have an assignment for you today.
Oh, okay.
So you are
So,
free to flow and bless us from whatever angle. You can continue with the theme if you want, or whatever's been on your heart and
okay.
mind you want to share with us.
Okay. Okay.
We
Well,
just here. We just here for you today.
hey, and I'm grateful. Thank you. Uh, well, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, you know, I think that more than anything, for us to really uh, zone in on no wasted opportunities, we must really focus in on identity. I think that is big for us, and
Mm.
I think until we really understand who we really are, that we will never be able to say that we have no wasted opportunities, because your opportunities are directly affected by your knowledge of self and by your knowledge of who God is in you, through you, as you. If you don't know that, if you don't have an understanding of that, then you begin to waste certain opportunities that are afforded to us. You aren't even able to create the opportunities that you normally could and that you normally should, because you really don't know that you have the power to do so. So I think we have to really continue to tap into understanding our true identity. And when I say true identity, I'm not just talking about your identity tied into your sexuality, or your identity tied into your color, or your identity tied into your race or ethnicity, but your identity of who you truly are before all of that even came about. When you understand that, and then you really get to tap into who God is in you, who the hope of glory is in you, and you cannot experience a hope of glory if you have not understood that you are the hope in glory. So it's a big statement for us to realize that we are truly the hope in glory. You know, uh, we are the potential for great things. We are the potential for seeing the fulfillment of what it's all about. But you can never see the fulfillment of what it's all about if you don't have an inkling of who you are, because there's no goal. There's no understanding of the goal. There's no understanding that you and the goal are one. When you realize that your goals and your ability to achieve them is based on your ability to understand who you are, They're directly tied together. They are inextricably tied together. If you don't know you, you will never understand your goals because you and your goals are one. The greatest goal you will ever have is understanding you. The greatest goal you will ever have is understanding you. I'll say it one more time. The greatest goal you will ever have is understanding you. And most people will say, well, no, no, the greatest goal we'll ever have, it comes to ultra religious, is understanding God. Well, until you understand that you and God are not separate, until you understand that I and my Father are one, until you understand those statements, then you won't really understand what the goal is. So I think one of my one of my favorite scriptures is a scripture that is First John 3:2, and it says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when He shall appear, we shall be like Him, and we shall see Him as He is." And as a kid growing up, everybody who know me know I grew up a pilgrim baby. I am a pilgrim baby. You know, but before there was Pilgrim, I was probably 4 when I left and came to Pilgrim with my family. But we were a part of a church called New Jerusalem Holiness Church, where we all came out of.
Yeah.
And the pastor at the time was Bishop Johnny Harris, and his son Joe Harris is now Bishop Joe Harris is now the pastor of New Jerusalem, which has changed its names to Life Changers. And
Oh,
you
okay.
know, they used to sing a song, and the song would go, "Beloved, we are the sons of God, and it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know when He shall appear, we shall be like Him." We shall be like Him, and we shall see Him as He is. And I learned that song. I had to be 3 or 4 years old, and it never left me. That special song never left me because that special song contained my whole purpose for life, my whole purpose for understanding who God is. And that song would come back to me in my later years periodically. And that whole scripture was letting you know that if you don't get this, you won't really understand who you are. Beloved. Number one, the first thing you got to get is that you are beloved.
Mm.
A lot of times we think that our experience, because it may be full of trauma and full of drama, that we are not loved. No, no, no. You are loved. And you're loved at such a point that you are loved in the purest form of your being. You are loved to that. You are loved. Everything that makes you up, God loves every bit of it. You are loved. So the first thing we have to realize is that we are beloved. And then the second thing is that we are the sons of God. You're not trying to become an angel to get into heaven. I'm trying to sit up there with the heavenly angels. You are the scripture lets us know that we were made in this human faculty a little lower than the angels. But in your true understanding of who you are, I and my Father are one. That's my dad. That's my source. The word Father in the Greek literally means source. I believe it's the Greek or the Hebrew one, but it definitely means source. And I and my source are one. You cannot separate me from my source. I am sourced from eternal. and divine greatness. I am sourced from eternal truth. I am sourced from eternal power. I am sourced in divine identity. Those are my sources. You can't separate me from that. Behold, we are the sons of God. It's a declaration that goes beyond identity. It goes beyond the identity of your ego. The Son of God, not just merely saying that, I'm a son like Jesus, but you are a son in the whole Christ archetype, the whole Christ setup. You are, you are, I am, we are the sons of God. It is a statement of understanding who you are. When you use I am, anything that you put after I am, you automatically become. That says that you have to choose your words wisely concerning yourself. Because if you don't use your words wisely concerning yourself, you may become something you never intended to be. Because you have pushed forth and pushed the button and activated the parts of creating. Anytime you say I am, you're in the midst of creating. So you're creating different realities and different experiences from that point. So I really admonish us to really understand that we've got to speak correctly about ourselves. Whether you're making mistakes, whether you're going through your experience and you're just choosing certain things to be in certain moments, in certain particular times, you still have to choose to say the right thing so that you can have the right experience. You may say, well, what's the right experience? The right experience is the one that the divine has chosen for you in the moment. If we disconnect ourselves from divine understanding of the divine mind, then guess what? We find ourselves choosing experiences that are not as advantageous to us as they could be. None of us have to experience what life is as a cow because we ain't cows.
Also, I want to just add into right this part right here. You got to be careful of imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
Also, because if you, like you're saying, if you're not sure of who you are, then you're going to become somebody else, and that's not your burden to bear. That's not your cross to carry. And then you wondering why you're dealing with all unnecessary emotions and thoughts and theories. Is because you done tapped in and connected yourself to somebody else that you're not supposed to be.
And that's the key. We've got to understand that our true self is not separate from the source. Our true self is not separated from the source. It is an expression of it. But if you're constantly looking for affirmation from outside of who you are or outside of understanding who you are, if I'm always looking to uh my mother, my father, or my big brothers, or my sister, or if I'm always looking for outside verification of who I am, then I will never truly reach the potential of who I am because nobody truly knows you but you. You know your worst parts and you know your best parts. You know the parts that you're working on. You know the parts that you don't really understand yet. You know those areas of you. But if you keep putting yourself under the microscope of another person's observation, oh boy, you could be in some trouble because people could not like you and have an observation based on their dislike of you. Or people could have some jealousy towards you. And because they're jealous, there's just certain parts of you that they won't even allow themselves to see of you. You got to know who you are and what you bring to the table and what you are here to do. What is my purpose? You got to search it out. You got to understand it. You got to search it out. You
Now, you
have to
know
search
what?
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna talk about it some more on Monday when I go live. Right? I'm just doing a special edition of me on Monday,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but it took me a long time to embrace my identity of who I am from the negativity that was poured into me from my mom.
Yeah.
So that, like you said, words are very powerful, words are very important. And you learned John 3 and 2 at an early age. I learned it later, you
Mhm.
know. But later I was already beaten up and broken and tore down. So it was hard to apply First John 3 and 2 for me. It was a great song because Marvin Winans wrote a song based off that scripture too. Nice beat,
Uh-huh.
one of my
Uh-huh.
favorite songs from him. But
Now
I
are
couldn't.
we his
Yeah,
sons.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I couldn't apply it. I couldn't live it. I really couldn't connect to it. I just like it because I like Marvin Winans. Um, but that identity, you gotta get that at an early age, like you did. That's why these now affirmations are so important to teach your children at 2 years old, at 3 years old. Yes, you let them know you are loved, you are worthy, you are important, you are beautiful, you can do it, you can become anything that you want to be. Words have power. And you're so right. Everything that you say I am, you
You
do
become.
become it. You do become it. But I didn't get that teaching at that age. So I trusted my mother. I depended on what my mother said. So if my mother said I was pretty, I was pretty. If my mother said I was ugly, I was ugly. If my mother said I was stupid, I was stupid. It just, but it's never too late to change the trajectory of your life. So I just wanted to just add into what you're saying about, the I am. The I am is so, so important. It's so important. And these affirmations are so important. I'm glad that God led me to write the affirmations in my book the way that I did because my book is breaking cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So before you can say I am this and I am that, you got to break some cycles. You got to start doing some things and you have to stop doing some things. And for me, I had to stop beating myself down. I had to stop believing that if I failed something, then that was it. All right, so you ain't gonna never become nothing. You ain't gonna no, go back and try it again. I'm now learning that failure is nothing but a lesson. It's a lesson, and you got to change your perspective. A failure is not the end. Go back and review what went wrong. Just what? Okay, so what are true story? I um I was doing I was going for my driver's license. I was doing my driver's license, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had a practice test online. And I did this test, I did this test, I did this test, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. Right? I kept getting, for some reason, I don't know why I couldn't get it. I kept getting the same exact two questions wrong. I was like, all right, well, that's two out of the three or whatever needed. So, and it wasn't none of the signs. So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna figure it out. I wrote it down and everything. Could not remember the right answer. I have no idea why. Went to go take the test, right? And for some reason, the test that I took was the exact test, pre-test that I was taking at home. Same questions, same order. Still got the same two questions wrong on the test. But I did it. But I did it. So I was like, I went to the lady I said, what is it? What is the right answer? Because I keep getting it wrong. And she told me, and I was like, it doesn't seem right to me. I said, that just doesn't seem like it's the right answer. But I learned, now I know the answer. I learned it. I failed those two questions, but now I finally got the right answer the right way. And I had to get out of my thinking, like, I don't think that should be the right answer. Because that's what it was. I didn't think that should have been the answer, but it is what it is. And sometimes you got to accept stuff for what it is. So you can be free of what you're going through. And but I learned. I failed those two questions. I passed my test. I have my license. I'm a great driver. But I learned the right answer. And I say all that to say sometimes you learn by failing, and it's okay. I had to learn that it's okay to fail. But if you leave it up to my mother, oh, I was the worst. I was the dumbest thing that was kept alive because it was just insane. So that I am is so people don't even understand how potent it is. And it is so potent that when God said it in the Bible, he didn't even go into a whole description. All he said was I am. He didn't say I am God that healeth thee. He didn't say I am God here and I'm here to deliver you. He didn't give a long dissertation of who he was. All he said was I am. And there's so much power in that I am. I'm done. This is your platform. Continue.
Oh, please. Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's so much power in I am. When that statement is made with such boldness and yet such such room, because it's an open-ended statement. It's such room. It that I am is whatever I desire to be, I can be because
Yeah.
I am. And I think that really goes to the next part of the scripture where it says, and it does not yet appear what I shall be. You know what I'm saying? In this moment, in this learning experience, in this time of remembering, I know you better go back there in that back. I'm sorry, I have to go after my dog, yeah. And, when we understand that you are in a process, but the essence of who you are is already complete. I'm not playing with you. You have to understand that you are in a process and the essence of who you are is already complete. You've got to understand that. That means that I am in a certain phase in order to learn more about who I am. And then after I've learned who I am in this moment, at this phase, there's another part of me to learn. There's more of me to learn. Things that I like, things I don't like, things that can work, things that don't work. You got to learn those things out. We have to understand that the appearance is lagging behind the truth. The appearance of always lags behind the truth of. So, you know, you can't be too hard on yourself because you're still learning yourself. And when you really learn yourself and be honest with yourself, then it leads you into what you shall be. You know what I'm saying? It does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, when that of course, we know this the Bible's talking about, when that divine self appears. When you have a moment of clarity and you're like, this is what it's all about at this level. I get it. I get it. Then you begin to realize it is in this moment that I can now exercise my God right to be. You have a God right to be what you are. You have a God right to be the completion of the potential that you are supposed to be. You have that right. But you've got to make sure to lean into your right to be. And guess what? Some may not like it. Some may not like what you've chosen to be. But that is not their call. Not with your life. Their call does not matter when it comes to your life. It is what you call it. because you are the sovereign expression of God in this life, in your experience. You are that. Nobody can overrule you in your life. Oh, the pastor told me, can't nobody overrule you in your life. Oh, but the devil is on my track. Can't nobody overrule you in your life. You are the God of your experience. Little g. You are the divine instruction and move in this thing we call life in your experience. You are. Can't nothing override your call. Can't nothing override what you say it is. What you say it is, it will be. You've
And
got
you
to
know what?
understand.
And it's not even, well, for me, let me speak for me. My becoming for me right now is very internal. Um I I want to be at peace right now. I just, I'm becoming a graduate, I'm becoming an entrepreneur, that's external. But for me right now, my becoming is more internal, and I want to be at peace. And now that I'm learning who I am in the divine at this level and point of my life, like I am peace. I just want to be at peace. And that's what and I do what I have to do. And like you said, some people are not gonna like who you're becoming. Yeah, I know, because I don't answer my phone and I don't entertain the conversations anymore, and I shut it down immediately. I don't want to hear that. You don't have nothing positive to say. You don't have nothing nice to say. You don't. You want my advice? Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. You may not like it because I'm gonna tell you to mind your business. You know what I mean? I'm just at peace. And sometimes people get so focused on material that they forget about what they need for self.
I think one of the greatest challenges of maintaining, because you're not trying to become or have that peace. You already are that.
Mm,
You just have to embody that now. Because you're already that. Now you have to embody that.
okay.
And the greatest part of doing that is recognizing when I do not have to connect myself with other people's experiences, whether it be through conversation, whether it be through arguments, whether it be through uh, uh, having experiences or inviting people into my experience. No, I've learned how to have a very tight circle so that I can control the experiences that I have. A lot of times we tie ourselves to people who we really like, but their whole experience is chaos. And because you tie yourself to them, you invite yourself into their chaos. You gotta behold, look, be loved. First thing you gotta do is look, beloved, you are the Son of God, and it does not yet appear what you shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, you will be like him. We have to understand that even when we are unconscious of the fact that we are divine in this experience, that it does not separate you from creating divine experiences or creating out of the chaos of not knowing. You still, no matter whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, you are always creating experiences to live through.
Mm,
It's not based on being conscious of it. It's just based on your identity of who you are. You are a son of God, a daughter of God. You are sourced from God. You are God in an individualized point of experience. Each of us are individualized expressions of the total God here in the earth. So
Hold on
you,
1 second. Hold on. Netta wrote, acceptance is the key. Netta, I want you to elaborate on what you mean. Acceptance of what is the key? Go ahead, Mel, while we wait for her to respond.
yeah, you know, it's when you begin to understand that, then you begin to move like that. But a lot of people, they choose to move ignorantly through things because it's easier. Because when you do it, you don't feel the responsibility or the burden of, because you're so busy putting it on someone else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm like, when you put your responsibility on someone else, you don't even realize that now you have imprisoned yourself in someone else's experience, and they will control what you experience because you're living their life instead of living your own. There is a price to pay. Yeah, you can go throughout life and act like, oh, I didn't know, but you know, just because you don't know doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunities and the responsibility and the potential to know. You have to do that. Acceptance of our identity in and through God. We are the human version of our Father. Mm, I would word that differently, um, because I'm having a human experience, but I'm actually divine. I'm a divine being having a human experience. So the human part of you does not understand you being God. It doesn't understand you being a son of God. It does not understand. All it understands is feeling sensuality, having what it wants, what it desires. And then when it doesn't work out the way it should, it places blame on somebody else. The human part of us is the frailest part of us. The divine part of us is the most powerful part of us. So I feel like it's not about you accepting that you are the human side of God here in the earth. You have to accept the fact that you are divine. We don't have a problem accepting our humanness, our humanism. We have a problem accepting our divinity, because all we know is Jesus is the only one that can do this. But Jesus goes and says that we greater works will you do. Jesus, he lays it out to you. Jesus didn't come to tell you who he was. He came to show you who you were. And in so many moments here in our living today, we attribute everything. Oh, Jesus did this and Jesus did that. You know, oh, Jesus. But Jesus, like, uh, what I did, you can do, and greater works. When will you accept that just like Jesus was divine, you're divine? He's your elder brother. We both have the same father. Until we accept our divinity, if we keep living our lives just as human beings, we will die just like human beings. But when you live your life divine, there is no death. It's out. You don't die in a final state. You may die in a fatal state, but not a final state. Death now becomes just a mode of transportation to more life, to another room in that mansion that we call life. That's why the scripture goes, don't let your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. That in my father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. There's more to life If it was not so, I would have told you. There's more life to experience. If it was not so, I would have told you. I'm telling you what it is. So, we have to really embrace our divinity. We have to. We have to. Because if you don't, you keep recycling experiences that you should have overcome years ago. It shows where in the relationship between you and your divine side that there has been a a retarding of the relationship. You can't tell me that I can't do anything. I can do all things through the Christ mind that strengthens me. I can do it all. That's why he goes and says, Paul comes and says to us that we gotta, everything is lawful. Everything is lawful. May not be too smart, but everything is lawful. Why? Because you are exercising your divine right. But you have to be responsible for how you use that divine right because you are a son of God. You got to know that. And what happens is that we unmask ourselves the deeper we go in God. The deeper we go into the divinity, we unmask ourselves more and more. Uh, what's this? Okay, thank you, Jamel. Just waking up now. I definitely didn't word that right, but that was what I was most definitely. Listen, this is conversation for all of us, and it, the more we flesh it out in conversation, the better we understand it. You know, um,
So let me ask you this,
yeah,
and we can wrap up with this, right?
yeah,
Identity, right?
yeah.
Sounds good. Teaching is great, but some people really struggle with their identity. They really do. Some people, just for example, just with career choices, or you feel like you should. I can use me as an example. I felt like I should been in corporate America all my life, because I was in corporate America all my life. I've been somebody's receptionist, secretary, admin since I was 15. And I thought that's what I was supposed to become. But my true love has always been children. And I wanted to be a teacher at a young age. But because my mother told me I wouldn't be a good one, I never pursued it. So now I done took on an identity that my mother said I should be, which was somebody in corporate America. So
Hmm.
when people have that kind of struggle of identifying who they are, what they should become, how do, because here's my question. I had to talk it through first for myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
how do you pinpoint your identity? How do you know? And I want to ask because some people don't know, right? And I
hmm,
think I'm about to answer my own question, but I want you to elaborate in these last few minutes.
hmm.
Is identity connected to passion? Because I've always wanted to be a teacher. I'm always with kids. I love children. So is your identity connected to passion? Is
Most
that how
definitely,
is that one way to identify yourself? I
most
guess.
definitely, most definitely.
Yes.
The thing
Okay.
that you are most passionate about, your highest joy, the thing that brings you the most excitement, that is who you are. That is who you are. You know, and I think one of the biggest parts of understanding who you are is is uh first you got to understand who you ain't.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You are not your name. You are not your occupation. You are not your gender. You are not your nationality. You ain't none of that. You're not your body. You're not your thoughts. You're none of that. You're not even your thoughts. You are the observer who thinks a thought.
That's good.
So you're not even your thought. You are the observer. And then you have to understand you're not your emotions. And once you begin to understand what you're not, you see what you're left with. I am what brings me the most excitement. I am what brings me the most joy. I'm all of that. I'm all of that. I am the observer who thinks a thought. Even deeper than that, I am the observer who thinks a thought that creates the thing. And then I watch it play out. I watch how it plays out. And guess what? You have total autonomy of changing how the story plays out. You have that. You have total control of how things work out in your life. You have that.
You do.
And when you know that, life becomes easier to navigate because now, if you take responsibility for your choices, you understand that I always have another choice up my sleeve. If I want to change the outcome, I always have another choice up my sleeve. Some of us don't have a choice. We put got our backs against the wall. Even with your back against the wall, you have a choice. It may be a hard one, but it's a choice nonetheless. Get your butt back there. You have a choice. Just like my dog had a choice to walk in this kitchen, knowing that I told him not to walk in here. Got a choice. You have a choice. And the thing is, we have to make sure that we don't we don't make choices that separate us from understanding who we are divinely. I have the divine right to be whoever I want to be. I can't separate myself and start saying, oh, the devil. No, it ain't the devil's you. Scripture says we are led astray by our own lusts, not by no devil. It's about what you focused on and how greedy you got with it. You led astray by your own lusts. So therefore, it lets you know you have the power to change the way you think about a thing in order to express and experience a whole new reality.
That's it.
That is when you start redeeming the times and you have no wasted opportunities. Redeeming the times, for the days are evil. The days are backwards. This is a backward time we're living in because this is society's attempt to invert everything good. But you have the power. If you give your power over into the hands of society, then you will be a puppet of society. You have a responsibility to take control of your life. I don't care if it's Trump, Barack, I don't care who's in the office. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. I don't care. I don't care who tries to run New York, Mondami, Cuomo. It's up to you. Because if you if you don't realize that you are the God of your construct, the lowercase g, let me make sure I say that for all the wonderful religious folks. You are the God of your construct. You you have you have an infinite number of costumes to try on. But though you have an infinite number of costumes to try on, even though you have the costumes to put on, there has to be an actor that acts out the part. You are the actor and not the costume.
Right.
You're playing the part. You have to make sure that you do what's necessary. That's right, Erica. It's up to you. You have to do the hard work in being responsible and accountable to make sure that you have the life that you desire and the outcomes you want to see. If you don't like the outcomes you're getting, make another choice. Make a better choice.
A better
Not just
choice.
another choice, make a better choice.
Make a better choice. Whew. This was so enlightening today. Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm smiling because I'm like I'm getting it. This is why I love these fourth Saturdays. It's kind of personal because it's a lesson for me. I get poured into, and I get the checks and balances of my life, and I'm smiling because I'm like I'm getting it. It's never too late. It's never too late to get it. As
It's
long
not.
as you got breath in your body, you got an opportunity to make a change for the better and get it right. And it's such a good thing. It's such a good thing. It's such a good thing. Thank you. Thank you for connecting our identity to the opportunities that we are allotted to, that we are presented with. It's I love that identity is connected to your passion.
Hmm.
I love that. I think that's going to help a lot of us, whether we are on or watch the replay or just scrolling through YouTube. If they watch the whole thing and get to this point,
Hmm.
that one statement is going to set a lot of people free.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Because, and I'm glad it was laid on my heart to ask, because people are missing their opportunities because they don't know who they are. So I appreciate this segment so much. You always help me, Jamel. I love you.
Hey, I love you, cuz.
Every, go ahead. What you
I
gonna say?
just want to leave this last statement
Okay.
that when we really become responsible with our identity, what happens is we stop living for ourselves and we start living as ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because
And that's it.
when you live for yourself, you're just existing. But when you live as yourself, you're actually living life to its fullest. I love that. I'm getting it, Mel. I'm getting it.
Hey, hey, we all are, yo. We all on this journey together. You know.
Yeah. So listen, next month again is November. I can't stress it a month enough. Get this book. If you don't have it, get it. It's on Amazon, $25. I need you to read it. I need you to get ready for your questions because you think Jamel Lewis is something? Whew, this guy right here,
Who's
I'm
this guy?
telling you,
Who is this guy? Who is Earl O'Brien?
Dr.
That's
Earl
my boy. That's
O'Brien.
my boy. That's my
Yes.
boy.
So I know you're going to tune in and cheer him on and support. We're talking
Yes.
about his book, and we're going to deal with men's mental health the month of November. So do your best to be present. Women, you know you're never excluded. Y'all are here with me anyway. But my men, I need your here. All right. Thank you again, Jamel. You know I
My
love you.
pleasure. I love you
And
too,
until
brother.
next week, y'all, just stay safe and just stay encouraged. Mwah. Bye, everybody.